Hey everyone, this is Vic Kasturi. I first and foremost want to apologize. There was an issue with our live stream, so I'm recording this version here, the same content that we were sharing on the live stream. So let me run through this real quick for your benefit. So first and foremost, our goal here is to talk about careers in AI, artificial intelligence, and what are the different career paths that are available, and how you might be able to grow your career by leveraging one of these different career paths. The concept of artificial intelligence AI is not something new. I think everyone has explored or experienced AI in some form or fashion, from Alexa playing your music to ChatGPT generating content. I think everyone has heard or used AI in some form or fashion. Fundamentally, AI is all about enabling a machine to have human like capabilities by processing language, reasoning, decision making, etc. How that happens is through processing vast amounts of data through compute loads that are spread out on massive cloud computing clouds, which enable the machines to really process all this data and make inference just like a human would. What we're here to talk about is how does AI really come into play in a career sense, and why is this important for you today? So across the globe, everyone's talking about AI, and every single industry stands to be disrupted by AI. There's an immense opportunity to build your career in this direction. Right now is the time to get into the space. I always like to use the phrase strike while the iron is hot, because this is where the opportunity is today and will be for the next 2 decades. What I think is important for everyone to understand is that there are multiple dimensions to AI. There's those folks who can build the core AI stack, which I would call as the AI technologists, and those are pretty important roles for this industry. So we'll talk about that path as well. There's also those who are AI innovators. So those are the folks who are involved in building product solutions, coming up with solutions, more of a blend of business and tech. And then there are those who leverage AI maybe in their day-to-day jobs, which I would call as applied AI users. And they're also important in this ecosystem, but we'll talk about the first two in this recording here. So the first category here is the AI technologists. And why is this important today? Because uh, all the technology stacks that we have seen evolving over time have now transformed to a point where we are able to run the large scale compute loads and make these machine learning and AI capabilities possible given the kind of technology stack we have available today. So the technology capabilities combined with the business requirements, with the business need, is driving the adoption of AI across the board. And it's really important for everyone to understand that there is an immense opportunity for you to tap into this at this very moment. So let's start with the first category, which is AI technologies, AI technologists. So the first type of role in this domain is what I would call as an AI researcher. These are individuals who have a research interest in coming up with the next set of technologies that will be useful in this domain of artificial intelligence. Typically, those folks are involved in either a research setting in a large company like IBM or within an academic institution or university setting. Many of these roles require a PhD and require like a master's degree in computer science, data science, mathematics, statistics, etc. And there's also a domain here where some of the functional expertise that they might bring could be relevant to this role as well. The other roles are machine learning engineers, who are typically computer science grads who have some expertise in skill sets like Python or programming languages, for example, and they can build machine learning models using large amounts of data. And these engineers are in high demand. They're looking for individuals who are able to apply their functional knowledge, ideally, along with the knowledge of programming skills, to come up with a machine learning model that can be transformative for their business. Um, the the other kind of roles that are also kind of tangentially important here are data scientists, who are very similar to the machine learning engineers. They're also processing large amounts of data, a little bit more mathematical in nature. They're the ones who might be involved in, for example, coming up with custom machine learning models and looking at algorithms that can be applied to make a AI model more effective, and so on. So again, a very important role in the ecosystem is the data scientists, and supplemented by that role is a data engineer, who's really looking at doing the backend work to make all the data available for an AI machine learning model to be useful. So AI machine learning model requires massive amount of data, and that can come from various sources across the enterprise. And that is what a data engineer's job would typically be, is to do all the data ingestion, bringing in all the data, setting up the data pipeline, doing the transformation, making sure that the transformation is successful, and providing the clean data into the machine learning models. So data engineer is, again, a really important role as well. The next career path here is in terms of what I would call it as more business focused AI technologists. And these individuals are a variety of roles. So you could look at the AI product manager. This is a pretty important role. We are talking about building innovations on a day-to-day basis and understanding the business angle to making sure that the technology actually solves a key problem is very important. And this is what the job of an AI product manager is. The other core roles in sort of the blend AI technology space would be that of an AI consultant, who's typically working with individuals in an organization to understand their business problems and then build a roadmap and a strategy to make a transformation possible. Very important for many organizations because they don't have the expertise in house, and bringing in someone who has the lens from working across multiple customers is immensely helpful. Um, so along with these, there are some other business roles, for example, AI business development. People who are in sales and marketing, go-to-market roles, need to understand how to actually sell an AI solution, which has some subtle nuances which are different from the traditional models for selling a SaaS, for example. And this is very important in today's world, where many new companies and new products are being built as AI solutions. So it's really important for them to understand how this concept works as well, and how does that get adopted by an organization. Then we have AI recruiting, which is what we're talking about today, which is all the career roles. And understanding how a hiring manager is trying to build their solution, and then finding the right roles for that individual is really important. And many recruiters struggle with this because, as we're talking about, there are multiple different types of AI specialties, right from machine learning to what we will explore next is deep learning and so on. So there are lots of capabilities that individuals have, and recruiters are not always familiar with what people are really looking for. And this is what will make sense to a recruiter if they understand the different concepts of AI, what are different classifications of AI, and how we can actually apply them. Right. So we talked about some more common AI roles. We talked about, for example, machine learning engineer, AI researcher, data engineer, etc. Then we talked about the business tech roles, which are the product manager and the business manager, recruiter, etc. Now let's talk about some more specialty roles. So these are specialty roles which are not always required by every organization. And let's start with deep learning engineer. Deep learning is all about building unsupervised learning kind of models using artificial neural networks, and making sure that very complex use cases such as healthcare that requires maybe diagnostic capabilities, or financial systems that require investment risk analysis, they're all possible through the deep learning solution. So a deep learning engineer typically has in-depth knowledge of AI and can work with neural networks and a variety of other deep learning algorithms to make this solution possible. What we also have is a emerging set of roles in areas such as prompt engineering. I'm sure you all have heard about prompts with ChatGPT. So this is a pretty hot skill set these days. So prompt engineers are in high demand for those who can fine-tune the large language model inputs to come up with a better, efficient output that is more human-like. That is something that is growing in demand across the industries. Then we also have automation engineers. These are individuals who are responsible for building automation bots that can actually operate like a human and make that business process a lot more efficient by using cognitive robotic process automation. So these are individuals who have skill sets in machine learning, deep learning, etc., but also understand some maybe an external tool like Automation Anywhere, for example. That's a key skill that a lot of people have these days. The next one is the NLP, natural language processing engineer. And these individuals are those who have the ability to build solutions for solution sets like chatbots that many of you may have heard, which is things like a customer support scenario where someone is trying to maybe interact with someone on a help desk. So you may have seen those chatbots in use. So building a chatbot, building the back end for that, where you can do speech to text, text to speech analysis, etc. So these are kind of the scenarios where natural language processing engineers and NLP engineers can play a key role. Very important in today's times as well. Although a lot of that evolution that we're starting to see is that of the next level, which is basically the LLM engineer. The large language model engineers are the most in demand today. And these are the individuals who really know how to build large language models, fine-tune them, build custom LLMs, and really apply the LLMs for a particular use case. So this is something that is very important and has started to evolve as a key capability in many organizations. Okay, so these are all kind of the different career paths, and the skill sets that people are looking for are things like programming skills like R, Python, Java, etc. And the fundamentals of math include things like understanding algebra, calculus, statistics, which hopefully everyone has done through high school. And some advanced roles might require deeper level of understanding of statistics, etc. So that is something fairly important. Building the model from a ground up scenario requires much more depth in terms of mathematics, statistics, etc. Okay. How can you really get into the space if you're not currently in it? A couple of options. One is first and foremost, define your ideal job role. Look for what is the kind of job that you're trying to target. Make an inventory of the skills that are available on that job, and see what's the delta between your current job and your current skill sets and that target job. And then define an education plan that can help you upskill to that degree where you can perform that target job effectively. So come up with a good strategy to upskill. There are lots of courses available online that you can immerse yourself in and take those courses on your own time and complete those training to upskill yourself. The next thing is to look at how can you tap into opportunities around you. So one of them is to start to think about within your organization, are there any other opportunities available for individuals who want to participate in maybe upskilling. So what does that mean? If you have an organization where there's another team where there's some work that requires AI, maybe they don't have the talent in-house and they're willing to give you an opportunity to participate in a part-time gig. So look at talent agility opportunities like that, where you can jump in and participate on one of those teams until you have gained the skills, and then you can bring that skill back to your current team, and your current team can benefit from the experience that you gained by working in the cross teams. The other opportunity is to look at freelancing. There's a lot of freelancing opportunities out there today. Many people are looking for opportunities to upskill by doing freelancing. Do this, of course, as long as it does not conflict with your current employment agreement. And many people have opportunities to brush up their skills by doing a project or two that give them some more exposure and experience that can be leveraged in their full-time roles long term. So those are some opportunities for you to upskill. And I think if you're someone who already comes from a programming background but just don't have the right AI stack within your skill set, that's a much easier transition. If you're starting new as well, there are plenty of data science courses available that you can completely immerse yourself in and take action on that. There's also a set of information that you can collect from existing platforms. So, for example, Kaggle offers a lot of hackathons and things like that. So you can look at what kind of roles are participating in those hackathons, and you can participate in some of those hackathons as well. So those are some opportunities that can give you some more exposure to AI skills. Lastly, but not least, I would suggest building a portfolio that you can demonstrate to a future employer. So that means that you build your own app or a solution in AI on your own time. Maybe you have a GitHub repo that kind of showcases all the apps that you have built, and you can present that to a potential employer and let them get a taste of what you offer and give them the warm fuzzy. So let's say that you're someone who comes from a non-AI tech skill background, having this portfolio available and showcasing that you already have put in the investment to upskill yourself makes the employer feel a lot more ready to bring you on versus some other candidate who's not there. So those are some strategies that you can use. You could also do a lot of content generation. So trying to build, let's say, a YouTube channel which can showcase some of your knowledge in this new space. I believe teaching is the best way of learning. So there's an opportunity for you to really start to build some content for yourself and showcase that to others on platforms like LinkedIn, as well as Coursera, Udemy, etc. So that gives you some exposure in terms of what your skill sets are, and your ability to coach and train others is a big boon for especially those who are looking for maybe of a mid-level manager or a tech lead kind of position. That's something that is very useful to see that you have that kind of capability where you can actually coach and mentor others. So those are some strategies I would recommend to make this a success for you. I think there's a lot of resources available online as well, but personally, I'm available to anyone who has a question about their career paths in AI. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm also available on other channels, so reach out to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have in terms of your careers. And we plan to do a few more of these sessions going forward so that we can have a discussion on opportunities, not just in AI, but across the tech industry, and looking at it from a career lens and what does that mean for you personally. So stay tuned, and we hope to have a better recording next time. And we'll be available for any questions, comments on LinkedIn and other platforms. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day.